Hi, so today I got my Colourpop order, so I thought I would try all of them on the camera, and a lot of them are actually quite newly released product, like this Pretty Fresh powder foundation, this By the Rose palette, and their Blotted Lip lipstick. And I also have two of their previously launched products, like their little quad and their little face palette. So yeah, let's just begin with this powder foundation. So from what I heard is this is a product that you can apply on your face as just a foundation on itself, and it can also apply as a setting powder. So I thought today I'll just try this as a setting powder, as I already had my foundation and concealer on my face. So for me, the majority of my collection, especially foundation, are mostly high-end because I just feel like most of the time they work better for me. But this Colourpop Pretty Fresh line it's just something different for me. Like, I have all of the high-end luxury brand tinted moisturizer, but their Pretty Fresh tinted moisturizer is my favorite. And you can see me ranking them in my tinted moisturizer ranking video. The Pretty Fresh foundation is also very good. It really beats a lot of my high-end foundation as well. So I am really curious about this powder foundation. So yeah, that's why I got it. And this is actually a pretty big, compact, and quite thick. I didn't thought it would be this thick. And it is the color they have for their Pretty Fresh line. And there is a mirror. This mirror is pretty big, and I think this has a little bit of the zoomed in effect that your face look bigger and closer. So I don't know if I like that, but I don't mind it. And there is a puff. I think this kind of puff, you basically use it to apply this as your foundation, not to set your face. So I'm not gonna use it today. And the shade I have is Light 7. I am actually in the shade medium 9W in their tinted moisturizer. So I'm not sure if this would suit me, but let me swatch. Can you even see it? Like, it's here. Maybe you can see it because I think it's just a touch lighter than my hand. And let me compare it with the very famous Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. And this is the shade medium. I think it's a pretty close kind of shade. The Colourpop one looks more olive and a little bit lighter. I feel like the Charlotte Tilbury one is just a little bit peachier, and yeah, this is, like I said, it's more of a cool toned yellow, if that makes sense. I don't think swatch powder really make that much sense because you can't really see it. This is the Charlotte Tilbury one. And just from me rubbing my finger into it, I feel like the texture is quite close. Okay, let's do this side first with the Colourpop. Let me lightly dust this all over my face. I feel like it has a touch of highlighting effect, so it means it's maybe a touch light for me, for my light medium skin. But I want to say the shade is the undertone is pretty good because I think it matched my olive skin tone pretty nicely. Let me see how it looks on the skin. I want to say it's probably a little bit more heavy than the Charlotte Tilbury. Let me try. Let me actually try it. I'm gonna clean the brush on a towel and apply the Charlotte Tilbury one. This mirror is too dirty to do this. I'm gonna use the Colourpop mirror to do this. I'm actually using the Charlotte Tilbury one. And I feel like you can see on the camera that this side is much darker. That's the reason why I didn't use this Charlotte Tilbury powder as much, because when I first got it, I feel like that's when everybody is still going outside. So I might be a little bit tanner than I am right now. So this powder is actually a touch too dark for me right now, since I just never go outside anymore. Okay, let me see. I mean, it doesn't look that different at all, actually. Let me bring you a little closer. So this side is the Colourpop side. Can you see? I feel like it's a little bit more heavy than how my makeup usually looks like. I think that's just because I usually just set it with a translucent powder rather than something that has a little bit coverage. So I think that's why I thought this is a little bit heavier initially, but now I look at it, I don't think it's like too heavy or anything. It's just a little bit heavier than set it with a translucent powder. And this side is the Charlotte Tilbury side. I think you can tell there's not that much of difference at all. It's just the color, the medium color is a touch darker and peachier than this color, and other than that, I don't see very big of a difference. Okay, we'll see it again after we finish our makeup. Now let's try this palette. This palette is so pretty. I feel like Colourpop rarely has this rose gold kind of color story, so that's why I really wanted to buy it. And also I watched Judy and Alice Glein's video. They are both like quite a while ago, and they both really like this line. I think Judy's favorite is cream soda. I'm not sure which one Alice Glein has tried, but I have the shade Sorbet. This two shade is a new formula, so that's why I wanted to try it. But I think my plan is complete my eye look, just use this palette and then put one or both of this topper on my eyelid to see the finish. So I am thinking maybe apply this shade all over my lid. It looks like a sequin kind of finish shade, where it's like a matte shade with a bunch of glitter, but normally the glitter don't show much on your eyelid. Well, it shows up a little bit, but I don't think you can see much on the camera, like at all. But I just don't understand why they keep putting the glitter into the matte formula. Like, is anybody actually love this kind of sequin formula? I rarely see people mention that they prefer this formula. All I see is people complain about why you put glitter in a matte formula. Because it just don't do much for me. The glitter, I mean. But I always see brands do, like, keeps doing this kind of formula. Is that has anything to do with the blending of the mattes? Other than that, I can't, you know, understand why they have to make this kind of formula, because the glitter just don't stay on your face or on your eyes. They just fall out and you can't see it. Okay, but the blending of this matte is, or this sequin shade, is pretty nice. A very pretty shade. I actually really like this kind of rosy brown shade. I'm thinking to maybe mix these two to deepen my outer crease, because I don't want the look to be like too purple or too pink, so that's why I'm mixing them. Very nice. This palette blends very nicely. Just I feel like the fallout is quite intense. But that's normal, I guess. Okay, now let's put this shade, the center shade, on the center of our eyelid. Oh, it's quite an intense shade. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Beautiful. Oh, I like this. I really, really like this. This is a gold mixed with pink, kind of like shimmer mixed with glitter kind of shade. It's a little bit loose, but I think it looks quite nicely on your eyelid. Just there is a little bit of fallout, but I don't really care. Pretty nice, pretty nice. And now maybe we can layer one of these two. I'm thinking which one. Maybe this pink one. It's more in the theme. Oh, this really looks a little bit different than their past formulas. Oh. It actually shows on your eyelid, even on this very bright glitter shade. How pretty is that? I like this. Maybe I should try this quad on its own, but I really like this. Like, I don't know if this glitter or shimmer or topper or something is, but it's really, really pretty. I really, really like this. Let's highlight the inner corner with this shade. It's more of a, still think there's might be some glitter in it, but it's quite a fine glitter at least. I really like this eye look. But why my hair is so weird today? Okay, cleaning this edge a little bit with this same powder. I really like to clean the edge of my eyeshadow with this kind of face powder with a touch of coverage. It just is so effortless and so easy. You don't have to fuss with like the concealer or like a tape. I really like this way of cleaning, and I think it's very effective as well. And also I think this really is a very nice powder, because I don't think my eye look like cakey or super dry after using this. Bit of eyeliner. I never do eyeliner on camera. And I also want to do a little bit of liner using this. I don't think it shows that much, but I actually think this is quite a nice formula for, you know, use as your eyeliner. It doesn't really falls out like on my inner eye or something. Or maybe a little bit. Just a little bit. But because I set my under eye quite nicely, it just wipes off very easily. Is that even? I don't think it's even. This one is way higher than the other one. I think we just have to do with it. Forgot to put on bronzer. Maybe I'll try to apply cream bronzer on top of this very sad face. But this Chanel bronzer blends nicely on any base, so I don't think it's a big deal. Yeah, it blends no problem. Okay, now let's try this beautiful face palette. Actually, I haven't bought any face palette like for a very long time because I just thought I never use them. They're so bulky and who needs that many shades in one palette? But I thought this is very compact, and this is the like Super Shock formula, so I thought it's actually quite a good choice. And there you have 3 blush in different tones. So yeah, let's try that on our face. I'm thinking, because the look I have done today, maybe that's crazy, but I actually want to mix all of the blush in this, just blending it all together, and maybe tap off a little bit on my hand. Oh, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. It's not too strong, and it blends quite nicely. And the other cheek. Oh, such a pretty shade. Okay, let's apply the highlight. I want to try if I can apply this with the brush. I mean, I guess you can. It's not my first time play with this formula for sure, but I have never applied this formula with the brush on top of a very sad foundation. So I just thought I would try. But I still think finger will works a little bit better. Pretty nice, but I feel like this might be a little bit more subtle than the like Super Shock highlights they usually sell. Maybe it's because I am putting this on a very like matte base. It's a very nice color, and it works with the blush as well. Okay, such a successful Colourpop purchase. Okay, now is this Blotted Lip. I think they previously had, or maybe they still have a like a liquid form Blotted Lip collection. I was always very interested in that formula, but for some reason I just never got it. So yeah, I think since this is a new formula, let me just try it. I'm thinking I will try this on my bare lip to see the color and the finish, and I will take it off and put on some lip liner and apply this. Because I find that sometimes if I don't put lip liner, my lip looks so weird on camera. I don't know why. Like in real life, it don't look like that. It looks like it's gonna be quite pigmented. I guess it's not. It swatch very like a matte sheer kind of lipstick. I feel like sheer matte lipstick just kind of slowly become a trend. I see a lot of brands do this recently. It's very comfortable and kind of moisturizing on your lip. It's a little bit silicone-y. I think that's why it has this like satiny matte kind of like finish, but it doesn't feel uncomfortable at all. It's just a little bit silicone-y. And I don't think this is the formula that it will set. Okay, I really like this shade, and I think this shade works with this look very well. The shade I had is Talker. And now let's apply the lip liner. Oh, it pairs so nicely with this lip liner. I think it kind of looks better with this lip liner. Okay, let's see my skin right now. Do you notice any difference? I actually think it didn't change much at all. Like, I still think it looks pretty nicely. Pretty smooth on both sides. I think this could be a good alternative to the Charlotte Tilbury one. I want to do a separate video trying this just on its own, like a powder foundation. Don't know how it will work because from my experience today, I don't think this is a very, how to say, has a lot of coverage kind of powder foundation. So I kind of curious how it would like work on, you know, apply very, not very thick, but a little bit more as just a foundation. I really liked everything I used today. I think this rosy shade palette is very nice. I think they recently had a very big 30 colored like big palette in this same color story. I don't have that, but I think you can just get away with this palette. It basically serves the same purpose, I feel like. I really like this palette, and I think this actually adds something to their collection. Previously, they don't have this kind of like exact like golden rosy kind of color story. I really like this one. And the powder, like I said, is very nice. It's very blurring. It looks smooth on my skin, and it's a good alternative to the Charlotte Tilbury one. And this cheek palette is very nice as well. I mixed all of the color as you saw in the video, and it applies very evenly, very smoothly, and the highlight is very nice as well. And I really like this quad as well. I didn't try the mattes, but for me the mattes from Colourpop are mostly quite consistent, and these two topper shades are so beautiful. Even though I just tried the pink one, but it is so pretty. I really like this. I really like this new formula from them. I hope they will put this formula in their like palettes one day. I really like this Blotted Lip color as well. It's very comfortable, and actually, you know what, as said previously, this don't feel like something that will set, but now I really feel like it maybe set a little bit. Yeah, I feel like it's set a little bit, just a touch. It's not like transfer proof or anything. Like I see it transfer a little bit, but it's setting a little bit. It won't stay like very silicone-y and slippery all day. It will set a little bit. So yeah, very comfortable sheer matte lipstick, and it's a good addition to my collection because even though I have so many lipsticks, but I don't think I have anything like this. Yeah, very successful purchase. I'm very happy. Thank you for watching. Bye.